Hello everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. Let's take a walk and go see what's in the fridge today. Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. We got us another Dragon's Milk like I promised y'all. This is also sent to me by Robbie. This is the Dragon's Milk Bourbon Barrel Stout Reserve with coffee and chocolate. Boy, it sounds good, don't it? And on the bottle usually has it says bottled on 10/06/15. So this was done in October. This was put in a bottle on October 6th of 2015. They stepped up to the plate. They used to do some kind of code. Now they're doing a month, day, and a year in yellow writing right on the bottle where you can see it. And right on the back, it's got vintage 2015 on the back label here. So even if this gets smeared off, you know it's a 2015 edition. And this is 11%er, just like yesterday's beer was. So it's going to keep for quite a while. It doesn't have the IBUs listed on here, but it does have, on this particular one, it has it on Rate Beer listed as 31 IBUs on this beer. So Robbie, thanks again brother for sending me these special edition, that's what I call them, New Holland Dragon's Milk beers. I have not seen these versions here in Southwest Virginia, so it's hard to get a lot of these beers in Virginia. We'll get some of the beers, just like Firestone Walker and some of the other ones, but we don't get all of their stuff. I don't know why that is, and it's the same for Maine Beer Company. The lunch and dinner is not available here, but we can get the Mean Old Tom and Mo and some of the others. But the lunch and dinner, it flies off the shelves, and they don't have any to send this way. So I don't know if that's what the case is here on this particular version. But you know, that's the way it is in the beer distribution. We get what we can get, and beggars can't be choosers. But I'd like to see some of these barrel-aged versions of these beers show up in Virginia. So I wouldn't have to have all these guys, you wonderful subscribers, send me these beers. But I do appreciate it. I really, really do. And I kind of think of myself as the voice to these breweries. All the people that buy and drink craft beers, they have a voice, but they're not heard. They don't have YouTube pages and Google Plus pages and Facebook pages and whatever pages where they post beer reviews, because they don't do them. So I kind of think of myself as a spokesman for all these silent voices, so they can hear me, and they can hear, you know, you're not dating your stuff, or this is wrong with it, or it's an excellent beer, it's a 10 beer. I want them to hear us. I want them to hear what we have to say. So, hope I'm doing my job. Let's get on with this one, guys. I'm anxious to see what this particular one brings. I'm a big coffee fan. I drink several cups in the morning. I don't drink it all day long like some people do. I don't drink that high-priced Starbucks coffee or none of the rest of those. We brew some here in the morning, and we have our several cups, and I have several big cups. And then I'm done for the day. But I do like a coffee. I am a coffee fan. Just not into paying those $5, $6, $7 for a cup of Starbucks coffee. I know they're good. I know they are, but it's just not worth it to me to pay for all that extra cream and frothy head and all that extra stuff that comes with those. But although they are tasty, but I'm just a plain old average hillbilly. Give me a cup of coffee. No decaf. Don't want no decaf. Don't leave my caffeine in there. That way I'll get a little bit of energy to go with that coffee. But used to drink my coffee blonde and sweet. I mean, cream, sugar, and all that. Now, over the last couple of years, I've switched over and I just drink it straight up black. just to get that rush. Alright guys, let's get on with this. I don't want this to be a 30-minute video. Commercial description on this says, indulgence is dragon milk aged with coffee and chocolate. Rich, indulgent chocolate flavors are seductively punctuated with dark and roasty coffee bitterness. And they probably cold steep some coffee to go in this beer to get that in there. And using, depending on what malt they use, they get a lot of that chocolatiness, either from the chocolate malt or from roasting their malt or doing something like that to the malt to get that roasting cocoa flavor to it. So food package for this beer is going to be just like yesterday's. This is a stout, so it's a cheese of buttery brie Gouda Havarti, and Swiss General goes well with your chocolate dishes. And the meat is beef, smoked meat, game, and grilled meat, glassware, pint bacchanalic, tumbler, snifter, oversized wine glass, my favorite glass, and can be sold for a long period under proper conditions. And I don't know what may fade on this, the coffee or something like that. It's been cold steeped into the beer, but it's 11%. So as far as the alcohol ABV part of it is, it's going to keep for a long time. So that's all we need to talk about. So it's time. Let's do it. Let's get it on. Let's make it happen. Let's get it in the glass. Plain Jane cap, so we'll throw that away. I'd rather them spend no money on this and more money on this. We're going down the center, guys. Looks like a cola coming out, not pitch black coming out of the bottle. Yeah, a little more head than yesterday's beer produced, but almost a finger and a quarter of head over into the light. Pretty much the same as yesterday's beer. I'm getting a little bit of red ruby tinges around the outside of the bottom thin part of the glass, but through the thick bowl part it is pretty dark. But there's some light down through here, so pretty much similar as yesterday. And then they're all going to probably be the same. It's the same beer, just done in different barrels, or done with different ingredients, raspberries, coffee, and I don't know what the other two we're going to bring, but this looks very similar to what I poured yesterday. So let's get a nose on it. Rich roasted malt, very sweet on the back end, a little bit of coffee, chocolate, but it's almost got a barley wine sweetness to it. Not getting, and this is, I'm going to say not getting, but just a slight hint of some bourbon in there. A little more than yesterday, but I think the raspberry was just overpowering the bourbon that they did. And I don't know if they use first run bourbon barrels for this. I have no idea, guys. But I am getting more bourbon on this one than I did yesterday's raspberry. But it's not overpowering. It's very subdued. So let's give it a taste, see what we got. Cheers. Smells good. Oh yeah. Definitely more bourbon in this one than we got yesterday. That doesn't mean that they may have been using the same bourbon barrels for the raspberry as they was for this one, but the raspberries were so overpowering. I wasn't getting, even after it warmed up, I wasn't getting the bourbon that I was wanting or was expecting. This one's got a little more bourbon to it. Coffee is there. Bittersweet chocolate. Very tasty, guys. These guys have hit on a good thing with the Dragon's Milk, and that's why they've done these different versions of it, because Dragon's Milk is a very tasty beer. And a bourbon barrel Dragon's Milk, no matter what they do, coffee, raspberries, chilies, whatever they do to it, is just going to enhance that just an additional flavor to go with your bourbon and your Dragon's Milk Stout. But the bourbon is definitely standing out more on this one than yesterday's beer. That is so nice. That is so nice. I am a huge New Holland fan, especially the Dragon's Milk series as they do. That is so nice. I love that extra kick that the bourbon does to it. And this one done with a little extra coffee in there. Adds a little bit more. So we're getting a little bit from the bourbon. We're getting a little bit from the coffee. And of course it says chocolate too. So I don't know if they've added any chocolate or if they used some kind of chocolate malt to get that chocolatiness in there. But it's very tasty. It's very, very tasty. But it's right out of the fridge, 40 degrees. I mean, let her have a sip or two or three. And might fire up a cigar to go with this, a nice Maduro wrapped, maybe a bare knuckle or something like that. And sip on it for about 35, 40 minutes and see what we end up with. Seems to me right now that we got another A beer here. So let's see where this one ends up. I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. It's only about 35, 45 minutes or so. Very nice. A little bit more bourbon qualities of this beer than what we got from yesterday's beer on the raspberries. The coffee is there. The chocolate is there. The bourbon is there. It's a little on the subdued side, but it's there. It is there. Not getting it on the nose as much as I am on the taste. But it is there on the nose too. Wonderful smelling beer. Very nice. Much as I hate to do it, I'll chug. Very nice icing left on the glass. Very tasty. The bourbon is there. The coffee is there. Nice roasted, almost to the burnt characteristics of the malt, coffee. Maybe a little tobacco in there. Slight hints of some dark fruit, not much. The coffee, the roasted malt, and the bourbon is standing out more than anything else on this beer. Very nice, very well made beer, very nicely done. The alcohol is super well hidden. Very, very nice. Very nice beer. Final beer of the evening for me. Very tasty. Very, very tasty. Guys, as far as I'm concerned, this is a 9 out of 10. If I was putting a numeric rating on this one, it would probably be a 97 or 98. Pretty damn tasty. Very nice beer. Very worthy to pick up if you can get this particular bourbon, which is their Dragon's Milk Reserve with coffee and chocolate. Very tasty beer. Very nice. Very nice beer to share at home with whoever. Significant other, friends, family, or even by yourself. Nice beer for to go with a strong dish, or even after dinner as your dessert, aperitif, digestive, whatever you want to call that. Very nice, very well made beer, very nice. I enjoyed this one a lot, a whole lot. This is a little bit better than the raspberry beer that I had yesterday. I couldn't get the bourbon notes on this one like I was on that one that I could get on this one. So I enjoyed this one. Very nice. 9 out of 10 for me, guys. As far as I'm concerned, like I said, I would give this probably a 97 or a 98. Over to Beer Advocate, they say 91 in their outstanding range. It is an outstanding beer. It's a world-class beer as far as I'm concerned. Very, very delicious beer. And over to Rate Beer. Rate Beer says 97 overall and 62 in the style. I'm right in line with that on as far as overall, 97. 97, 98 for me, very tasty beer. I would like to see a little more bourbon notes that I'm getting from this, but it's there. It is there. The bourbon is not, everything comes together very well on this beer. Very well. 9 out of 10 for me, guys. If you've had this one from New Holland, the Dragon's Milk Reserve with chocolate and coffee, let me know what you think. I thought it was pretty damn tasty. Nice beer to finish up the evening with. So, if you have, let me know what you think. And come on back tomorrow. Let's go see what's in the fridge. We're going to dig out another Dragon's Milk and see what we can find out about that beer. I got a feeling that all 4 of these beers that Robbie has sent me is going to be pretty tasty. So, I can't wait. See you then.